Today we're going to have a little fun talking about my top 5 favorite shotguns. So let's go. What's up, crew? It's Chris with CloverTac, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here on CloverTac, we talk about all things firearm related. So if you're into that sort of thing, go ahead and smash that subscribe button below. While you're down there, if you want to stay up to date on all the new content, well, go ahead and click that notification bell as well. Now, a few quick caveats before we start the list. When I talk shotguns, I'm primarily talking hunting and sporting use. Also, these are going to be shotguns that I currently own. So the list is subject to change, of course, at any given time as I potentially add more shotguns to the collection. Kicking off the list at number 5 is the Mossberg 500 pump action shotgun. This particular model, of course, 12 gauge, got a ported barrel. I'm a huge Mossberg fan. Seems like the shotgun community divided into categories between the Remington 870 and the Mossberg 500. But Mossberg been making the 500 in various configurations and things since the 60s. I have been an owner and a fan of them pretty much my entire life. So there you go with number 5, the Mossberg 500. And at the number 4 spot is a shotgun that a lot of people probably have never heard of. This is a Yildiz. It is obviously a double barrel over under break action shotgun. And these are imported by Academy Sports and Outdoors. This particular one, the Yildiz MX Clay, has been discontinued and no longer available, but the current models of this shotgun still very similar. Let's take a quick break for a question of the day. What are some of your favorite shotguns? Go ahead, jump down in the comments below and let me know. And number 3 on the list is going to be my Girsan MC312 Sport. Now, these come in a variety of configurations from the factory, optics capable, optics ready, the field model, the tactical model, the sport model, you name it, and they have a model that pretty much fits your needs in the MC312. This particular one, semi-automatic, inertia-driven system, very smooth, very reliable, just an awesome all-around shotgun. And at number 2, and the oldest shotgun on this list by far, is my Marlin Model 49. Now, this pump action shotgun, they only made about 3,000 of them from 1925 to 1928, and they were given away to shareholders that held 4 or more shares of the company. Now, some interesting facts, or some more interesting facts about this, is these are not known to be reliable, and there are some safety concerns with these. They basically took the Model 49. This is a cheaper version of the Model 42, which was a cheaper version already of the Model 24. So you can see how they took a fairly decent model, they built it cheaper, they built it even cheaper. And I just find it funny that they built a 2-time removed cheap pump action shotgun to give away to their shareholders. You think that if you were giving away shotguns to folks that had a stake in the company, you would give them a pretty nice shotgun. That's not the case, but still a cool shotgun with a lot of cool history in the Marlin Model 49. Before we get to that number 1 pick, let's go over a couple of honorable mentions here, starting with the Mossberg. Yeah, Mossberg makes the list again. The Mossberg 590 pump action shotgun. And this is the 590 Mariner. What makes this unique is the marine coat finish. These are really good at being water resistant and not rusting up and stuff like that. These were produced late 80s, early 90s, discontinued and then brought back somewhere around 2009. The reason that it doesn't make the cut for my list is, as you can see, it's a shorter barreled shotgun. It's not a short barrel shotgun. It does have a 20-inch legal length barrel on it. But it being more of a defensive use shotgun, these are used in prison systems by law enforcement, some military application as well. But yeah, worth an honorable mention there, the Mossberg 590 Mariner. Now, my second honorable mention is going to be my H&R Ultra Slug. Now, this is a break action rifled barrel slug gun here. And so it being a slug gun, that's why it's not really on the shotgun list, but this thing is pretty awesome. They discontinued this thing back, I think, in 2014. But this will take rifled shotgun slugs, and as far as accuracy wise, if the shooter does their part, you can actually shoot touching holes at about 150 yards with this thing. It's pretty impressive. That big heavy barrel, that big heavy rifled barrel, of course, definitely gets the job done for what it's designed to do. So deserving of an honorable mention, even though it's not on the actual top 5 list today. For my number 1 favorite shotgun, Yildiz makes the list again with another break action over under. This is the Yildiz TS870. It's a 28 gauge shotgun. Now, if you're out there and you're curious about the 28 gauge, well, obviously it falls somewhere between the 20 gauge and the 410. It's a great gauge for bird hunting, and a great gauge, honestly, for sporting clay use, shotgun games, things like that. But you got to be careful with the 28 gauge because depending on regulation and rules in shotgun games, sometimes they don't allow a 28 gauge. Now, like the 12 gauge, my MX Clays, which came in at number 3, I'm a big fan of the Comp and Choke extended and compensated choke tubes for these Yildiz shotguns. So if you're out there, Yildiz, not a super common brand or model, and if you're looking for chokes, remember, Comp and Chokes has those. So there you go, crew. Just a fun one today on the top 5, or maybe even the top 7, depending on how you look at it. Favorite shotguns that I own. I want to thank you for hanging out. Thanks for watching, and until next time, don't forget to chain fire freedom.